Did you know that Facebook's library already contains about 140 billion photos, which is about 100,000 times that of the Library of Congress? And it makes up about 4% of all the photos ever taken. Facebook is also considered to be more addictive than alcohol and drugs. So what I have brought today is my camera. And I will explain like the significance of the camera and how it presents the photographic culture. I will also describe the camera and how it has evolved from something that used to be complicated and took hours to do and to something that it just takes moments. So my object is my film camera. This is not your regular camera since it's not digital. It's film. It requires you to film. This camera, unlike the digital camera, you have to be very careful about what your object is and to also organize how you're going to take your picture before you take it, because there's no deleting. There's no going back. You get either 24 shots or 36 depending on the film. And yeah, there's no take back. So what you shoot is what you get. Sometimes you want a portrait and you get somebody with their open mouth. You can't delete that. And also you develop it and then you just have to throw away the photos that you don't like, and you probably end up with 10 photos that you like out of 24 or 36. The other thing that this camera has is that, as you might not think it's like evolution from what it was before, but this takes about, for the preparation and everything, it takes about 4 minutes for you to take a picture. Unlike the digital camera, which is just a split second. But before, back in the 1700s, I believe, it was just a box with the hole in it, and then the film in the back, where you would just flip open the cap that it had, and then it would capture the light and then capture whatever image you were trying to get. But that took hours to do. You had to stand still in front of that box with the hole in it for about 5 hours. So the picture, and you have to stand very still, if not the picture is going to be blurry. So family portraits were really difficult because kids don't stay still. Photography is not something you just decide to do and then forget about. Once you pick up a camera and start shooting photos, you can't really stop. Or you will stop for a while, but you will never stop forever. You always want to take pictures of everyday life and then share them with others, like most of you in here do when we post on Facebook or on Twitter, on Instagram, or whatever other else you use. I just finished explaining the significance of the camera and its relationship to the photographic culture, and now I will tell you how I identified with this particular culture. So I consider myself part of this culture because I am a photographer. I started when I was about 14 years old with not this camera, actually one of those little disposable Pentax. I don't know if you guys remember those. And I took this up because I love to document the many aspects of the world around me and capture moments that will probably never occur. I took a photograph of my grandfather when I went to Mexico for the 3rd time, I think. And it was the last photo that was ever taken of him. He died a month after I came back from that trip. So I took the last photo of my grandfather. Didn't know. I really never gave much thought to the importance before of trying to like take pictures of anything that you can find or like anything you see as important to document, because I really thought of it as just you're pointing a camera at something and then you're never gonna look at those photos again. But now that photo of my grandfather, my dad has it displayed and he looks at it the whole time. Well, not all the time, but he looks at it to remind himself of his father. This camera has helped me in achieving the goal that I have of capturing as many memories as I can, because it's important to me. And also I want to have something, it's sort of like a legacy you can leave behind after you're actually gone or I'm gone. And you always have the pictures. Those pictures will stay forever, and they will capture that moment in time. And that has become more important to me because of my daughter. I want her to like have it and a lot of things to remember me by. So I have taken a bunch of pictures so she can see how life was when before, like old times, I guess, when she's older. Now I have just talked to you about the culture this artifact represents and how I identify myself as culture. And I'm hoping to develop a better understanding of the camera and how it's important to the photographic culture. I've talked about what my artifact is, how it is significant to the photographic culture, and how I relate to it. And then, if you get anything from what I've said today, which I'm pretty sure you will only get the end, I hope that you guys learn that you should capture every moment before it is too late to document it. And even if it's like a camera on your phone or something, it's like you're always taking pictures, so you will always like have those pictures. Just take more pictures of things like around you to remind yourself like what's important in your life, and then for you to leave something behind.